Hey there, therapist. I said I would go live because I have something really important to share with you today. If you saw my post this morning, it was why are some therapists successfully booked out and seem to be accomplishing more than you? And if this is what you're thinking, sometimes you see a therapist who seems to pop up and have a practice that looks filled, and they say they're getting a lot of clients coming in. Then this is for you, because it really is about, and here's the thing, it is about the mindset, and it is about what you think you can achieve. And so the real secret here is the inner game to success. And I want to just give you some information about this and help you. I want to give you actually an actionable thing that you can do after listening to this that's going to make the biggest difference. So I need to grab a piece of paper so I can show you that. So hang on until we get to the actual the solution for the inner game. So the number one mistake that stops therapists from coaching or elevating their practice is resistance. Sometimes, and I posted about this earlier this week, sometimes it comes up as procrastination. And that's a tricky one, because what it actually does is it tells us that we're going to do it at some point. So if you ever say, I'm going to accomplish that, but I can't do it right now because I'm busy, that is part of the resistance, and that's part of the inner game that we need to master. When I'm working with my couples in my coaching practice, within the therapy practice, I do coaching, and I have a therapist who does therapy with couples. But what I tell my clients is that the fifth step of the process that we're working on is mastering their psychology, or their inner game. And I think that it was true for me, and it is true for successful therapist turned coach, and it's successful for therapists who have their practice booked out. So the number one mistake that stops therapists from going to the next level is resistance. Sometimes that is procrastination. And here's another couple of ways it shows up. So see if any of these are things that you may do or think. So there's procrastination. I talked about that one. Then there's fear of failure and asking the wrong questions. You're asking yourself, what is wrong with me that Sue, who just started her practice, is already full? What will they think of me if I do this? Those are both really bad questions that you can ask yourself. Another bad question is, will they judge me? Will people judge me if I try to take on more action? So we're asking the wrong questions, we're procrastinating, or we haven't mastered our psychology. So here's a couple of things that you can do, and then I'm going to give you the ultimate one if you want to do it over the weekend. This is what I'm actually doing, and I'm going to share it with you because I think it's a game changer. But before I give you that thing to work on, if you're willing to, I want to give you some other thoughts about steps you can take to have an inner game that's set up for success. So the first one is to do some self-reflection. And so asking yourself, what am I telling myself and about my success in my business? So are you asking yourself those bad questions? What will they think of me? Will they judge me? Is this valuable for clients? That's actually a good question, right? So asking yourself good questions is the antidote to the bad questions. But take some time and ask yourself if you genuinely have a busy schedule, or if you could make time, and maybe it's resistance that's holding you back. Number two, realistically look at your time. See if you can dedicate time to the goals that you want to work on, and ask yourself, when you say I'll do it, when things get less busy, what can I do now? How can I make this better now? And one last one, and then I'm going to give you the amazing antidote for all of this, because I think this is going to set you up for success, is the third thing. I'm sorry, before I get to that, because I'm just so excited to share with you this process of how to take it from what we would say the find the negative and flip it. That's what's coming up here in a second. But the third thing that you can do is pay attention to the self-thoughts that you have and try to see if there is another voice that can give you a positive spin on it. So here's how you can do that exactly. And if I had, and I have a whiteboard, I need to bring it in here so that I can set it up. But I want you to take a piece of paper, and I hope this shows up the right way. Draw a line down the middle, and we're going to put find it on the left side, and we're going to put flip it on the right side. Now, I got this tool. I'm in a master class, and right now we're studying Elsie Lincoln Benedict. She is a writer and a speaker from the 1920s, and she, as a woman, this is incredible. She had over 1 million people come and listen to her talks, and it was all about this positive mindset. And so as I've been listening to Elsie Lincoln Benedict, I've been blown away because she talks a lot about setting up preparations within yourself for success. And so in my masterclass and in the book study that I'm doing, we're talking about her work. And one of the things that she says is to prepare your mental landscape for success. And so as one of the things that I'm doing for this, and I'm going to share with you, is I want you to, if you're willing to join me, next week I'll share some of my own findings. On the left side of this, we're going to write find it. And these are the negative things that you say about yourself in relation to being successful. I don't know how to market. I don't know how to find clients. I am not as good as that person. So find these things that are reoccurring for you and write them down. And don't get too worried about how you write them down on the find it side. Now the flip it side is we're going to take those, I'm going to take those negative things, and if you join me on this, I'm going to take those negative things and I'm going to flip it into a positive. And I'm going to make declarations about how I'm thinking and how I'm going to be successful. And I know this works because I'm already finding some of these things that I flipped it to be true. And so the right things to say are, I am learning how to, I am helping my clients. I am providing them with a good service. I am interested in what ways I can help them. I am going to be able to hire another person. So these kind of things that we're flipping into I am statements are going to make the biggest difference. Now, if you do this, what I'm going to encourage you to do is hold this hot dog style, right? And what you're going to do is you're going to just simply tear off the find it that you found. And I'm going to encourage you to throw it away. So the things that you found, maybe you take the weekend, maybe you take, the next few days and you start listening to the inner dialogue, because that's the game that we really want to master, because it all starts with what you think. I'll leave you with one other thing that was that I learned probably when I was in 4th grade. I was in gym class and I wasn't really doing well, and we were playing volleyball, and I could hit the ball, but what I couldn't do is I couldn't serve it from behind the line. And my gym teacher said, Jessica, just stop for a second, and I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to imagine that you hit the volleyball over the net. And I did what she said. Closed my eyes, I thought about it, and she said, now I want you to do it again. And the next one, it went soaring right over top of the net. And it was a valuable lesson for me, when I was in 4th or 5th grade, that if I think about what I want to see happen, I've already created a pathway. And I don't know that I knew those kind of things then, but I do know now that if I want something to happen, that I need to first visualize it. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do here, is to start thinking about the success that you want to have and visualize that volleyball going right over the net for you as you're expanding your practice. So I hope this is making sense. I said that was the last thing, but I just want to recap because I sometimes go off in different tangents. If you ever wonder why some therapists are fully booked and they seem to be accomplishing more, It's because they've mastered the inner game. Because anytime we want to take a chance and do something that feels uncomfortable, we're going to hit resistance. And any of you therapists who do two-chair work, and that's one of my go-tos, I have a part of me on this side that says, I want to be successful. And then I have a part on this side that says, I don't think that's a good idea. And it starts to come up with all those reasons. So if you're ready to start accomplishing more as we're coming up to the end of this year and you want to expand your practice, then the inner game is the place to start. So please leave a comment if you're going to tear off the find it's and get into the flip it's. All right. Have a great weekend, and thanks for checking this out today.